we're going to win. And we're going to win a championship. Otherwise, why are we doing it?
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Thank you guys so much for jumping in with StarChasers for a post-game reaction show. As you guys, we started to do these just a little bit more recently now, and really after this past game, sis, like please, I want you to give you some of your emotions right now. I know we can talk about this game, but I'm not gonna lie. We can skip past the, hit like, share, subscribe. This is StarChasers. Like I said,
let's just get in. Y'all know to do all that, but we gotta get into the content. Man. Y'all see, I had to put on the shiesty mask. Because I said, I'm gonna tell y'all first, I had Javonte Williams as my thumbnail on the thumbnail because I was like, Javonte Williams went off today. If we look at what he did, he had 98 yards on the ground. It was multiple broken tackles, in crunch time. Game-changing situations. He's flipping the field when it should have been a tackle for loss. He was getting 12, 15 yards. So at first I had him, but then I had to look at when we really were down in the third and fourth quarter, who was the person we kept going to helping us keep on track? It was Pickens, bro.
Correct.
So I said I got to put on the shiesty mask, and I was criticizing him because at the first half I was like, bro, Pickens, get your hands up. Why are you trying to catch all the balls one-handed? But he locked in that second half and made all the difference. So I had to put him on the thumbnail, and I had to wear the shiesty mask today. We gotta talk about our defense, but it feels a relief, guys, to pull this game out. Because how many times are we in this situation? We don't pull these games out.
Right, at all.
We don't pull them out.
We're looking at the end of this game. Even some of the mistakes we made towards the end of the game would have cost us. Like some of the situation that we were in, dropping passes yet again. I'm just not understanding what's going on. Jake Berg, who we just paid, CD.
Berg was not showing up how we wanted him to. Tolbert made a clutch play, then he dropped it twice on the third down. Oh no, he didn't drop it. He just didn't make the first down, but that other one he dropped, and it was like, bro, they thought it was a tip ball, right? But they thought it was a tip ball. They said no, he just dropped it. Like Dak threw it perfectly through a laser.
Yeah, it's just at least for me, just my thoughts on the offense in general. I love how they're there. We're seeming like a high powered offense in some sense. I just like.
Oh yeah, we high octane, baby. We high octane offense for
Last week, Javonte Williams did an interview, and he kind of said, not that I laughed at all, but he kind of said, we have superstars at each position, and I was like, you know what? I understand as far as quarterback, wide receiver, tight end still needs a little bit of work, but running back, you're gonna have to show me. Yes, and please, guys, I'm sorry about the dog in the background, but I had to come outside. It's a beautiful day. But yeah, Javonte Williams proved me wrong. Just like Sis was saying, like in those clutch times, those broken tackles really helped us get along in this game. We're really coming downhill. And shout out to Tyler Smith. We know he's got his contract this past weekend, highest paid guard in the league.
Shout out to Tyler Smith. He deserves it.
Yes, and he set up some of them blocks too. Set up some of them passes.
He deserves every ounce of money that he got paid. He deserved that contract. And yes, he is the best guard in the league, bro. But bro, we gotta talk about. Shout out to y'all, the Basement Boys, Malcolm Williams. I'm sure there's a lot of people going live right now, so we just gonna talk to whoever here. But if you watch it in the playback, catch it on the playback. Let us know your comments. But we definitely gotta get into the issues, these safeties. First of all, we're gonna acknowledge the good. Our defensive line, our defensive tackles specifically, they are the truth. And speaking of, Kenny Clark, Osa, and Solomon Thomas. Those three guys are the truth. So we're gonna put respect on our interior defensive line. Yes. But bruh, the edges, y'all getting pressure, but y'all not really getting there. Only person that I see closing at this time is James Houston. Again, that was just 1 sack at the beginning of the game.
And Nealon getting in there too. I like some of the pressure that Nealon is getting.
Right. It's like we're getting pressure, but we're not closing. Yeah. And that made the difference on those deep balls. Yeah. But when we really got to talk about the deep balls and who problem was it really?
I'm disappointed in Elam this game. But also, not just Elam, but it's like they were playing like in previous years. We're giving the wide receivers a lot of space.
You're giving the wide receivers a lot of space. You're giving the wide receivers a lot of space because our new scheme is bend don't break. So it's like you're giving up stuff so that you can eventually, when you get to the goal line, you can stifle them and just keep them to a field goal.
Yeah, and we talked about this. We talked about Wan'Dale Robinson being a possible.
We did, sis. We talked about it. We said he could be a problem, and we were without Bland in our corners, bruh. Now I liked Reddy Stewart. Yes, I felt like he was a good spark plug, hard tackler.
Yeah. But when broke a pass too, broke up a big pass too.
Broke up a big pass too. But when we talk about Trey. Did not have his best game, but we did find out that deep touchdown was not on Trey. It was on Donovan Wilson. Now, granted, Trey kind of should have been in better position. 2 times Trey got beat deep. It's like you should have been in better position, but also Donovan Wilson was supposed to be helping over the top. Yeah. And I know Donovan Wilson got that pick in OT. But man, he was getting cooked, but it wasn't just him. The whole secondary was getting cooked. Like that last touchdown, when we went down, we scored the drive with Pickens, or we scored that touchdown Pickens. How they moved up the field, so just a deep bomb. Yeah. That's disrespectful, bro.
At least 3 or 4 moon balls in this game I've seen, and it's just like you said, we're not just in coverage. Donald was missing some tackles too around the line of scrimmage, and that's usually where he dominates at. Usually, we need to be a downhill hitter.
Right, that's usually where he dominates at. Facts.
It's like I don't like that, Donald. I don't. We made you captain, like you said. Like for me, yes.
Breaking news! Can y'all read that?
What is it? Please tell me that says Clowney.
Yep, that's what it said. It said breaking news. We signed Jadeveon Clowney. Let's go.
Y'all heard it here. StarChasers let y'all know.
We signed Jadeveon. We need help, but bro, we need secondary help because that safety. Yeah. It's time. We said this. This is what. Didn't we say this is what we was worried about with Donovan Wilson? We said Donovan Wilson the captain now. Man. We know he can't cover. We know that. Right. So we said, okay, Flus.
I don't like that.
And it's like, Flus, we said you have to cover him. He's your defensive captain now. You have to cover him. That means if you need to swap out, If you need to put Wanye back there, if you need to put Bell back there, do what you got to do to get the stops.
Right. And is Wanye still nicked up? Because I don't know if we saw.
No, Wanye playing. He healthy. He playing on special teams, but he healthy. He's just not getting any defensive snaps. Donovan Wilson has been a liability for 3 years now.
Yeah, I'm definitely lost on that one, especially when you elevate a Zion Childress, when you elevate a Reddy Stewart, when you elevate these guys to kind of take up at least that loss you had with losing a Deron Bland around the line of scrimmage. We needed some backup help, and I just don't feel like, especially with Donald just missing these big tackles. I just feel like you mentioned too. I'm glad another thing.
He couldn't tackle Scatterboo, but to be fair, Scatterboo.
He was laying hits too.
Scatterboo is huge. He looked like a tight end. So do I expect Donovan Wilson to be able to tackle Scatterboo? No, I don't. And all the broken tackles at the line of scrimmage or beyond for Donovan Wilson, it was Scatterboo. He was just running him right over. Like, Donovan Wilson cannot tackle Scatterboo one-on-one. Scatterboo is a back, like you got to get several bodies to him. He's like a bowling ball. He was like that in college, and so you clearly saw that today. And they was just getting him more acclimated to the game. Somebody Hate Central. Ooh, who are you? Are you following me? Hate Central. This is a troll. Talking about no blame, no problem. While the secondary got cooked. Yeah, the secondary did get cooked, but we still won. Thanks.
Yeah. And notice that the thumbnail has Pickens on there, which is
right. Like, but we still won because at the end of the day, in the NFL, it's about who can make just that one play to put you over the top. You're not gonna blow out all these teams. Right. Is the secondary concerning? Yes, that's what we're talking about right now. Secondary is concerning. I think we need to go ahead and give our guy Stephon Gilmore. Go ahead, give him a call.
Right, he needs to be the next breaking news.
Asante Samuel. Like, we need to give people a call because our secondary need help. Yeah. Diggs, I'm not gonna be too hard on Diggs. I know Diggs, like, he shouldn't even be playing guys. Like, he's way ahead of schedule. So, and he was locked down last week. So I'm not just gonna sit here and shit on Diggs again, because all the 2 times that he got beat deep by neighbors, he was expecting safety help, and each time Donovan Wilson was out of position.
Yeah, you can see
Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker, bro. They just not good, bro. We got to get some safeties in here, man.
Yeah. Speaking of the, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to talk about a little bit more of the second level. I just noticed that Murray had a better game this week.
Yeah. Let's talk about it, sis. Let's talk about Murray, because people were trying to group him in for trash with Sanborn. I'm like, no. But go ahead.
Yeah, right. No. Sanborn stepped up a little bit this game too, but he was still missing some plays. You know what I'm saying? Still missing some gaps.
Sanborn is just slow. That's his problem. Yeah, he's just slow, sis. Like, it's clear. Yeah. Maris should be playing, but again, I told y'all Maris wasn't gonna get that many snaps. Now we gotta look at the officials. We gotta look at the official snap count, but Maris didn't get that many snaps. I told y'all they was gonna keep Sanborn in there, and it's like Sanborn, he may see it, he may be there, but like, he doesn't have the athleticism to be playing in nickel packages. And Eberflus knows that shit. That's why he didn't have him do it in Chicago. But for some reason here, he thinks Sanborn is going to be able to play in nickel packages, covering tight ends and wide receivers. Like, it's not going to work.
Right.
And that's where when you want to talk about our guy Murray, that's where he thrives. Like, even last week versus Philly. What's up, Angie? That's my sis, Angie. We appreciate you joining in, because I know the guys going live too, so I appreciate your support, Angie. But even last week with Murray, like, he was asked to tackle what's her name, Devontae Smith and Goddard and all of them, and he was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was tackling those guys in space, which usually, if you find Devontae Smith on a linebacker, that's food. So we need to think about why they got Murray. Murray, we got him because he just needs to be molded and developed. But you saw today, he was seeing it. There was no broken tackles. He was covering. Like, that's why we got Murray. Because he has all the ability. It's just, can you get him to play faster? And clearly, Flus trusts him. That's why he's the green dot. So,
Yeah, and just like you mentioned, with Maris getting some more snaps in there, I mean, I would love seeing both their speed at the same time. I mean, if we could just get those guys at the same time on the field, for multiple snaps, just like one or two here or there, I think they can make a big difference. And I feel like they were getting some pressure, not a ton of pressure, but on the man.
We just bringing up the box score. So y'all can see what happened. Let us know what y'all thought about in the game. The Basement Boy said, loved both my RPs getting tutties today. Yeah, I did love that. I loved, we're going to look at it. The game seemed a lot out of whack.
Yeah.
When it come to, let me look at it. So what did we end up doing? So Javonte, like when you look at the pass to run ratio, it was way out of whack. But like this was a game where it was kind of needed. Like Dak kind of had to pass the ball, you know what I'm saying? Because of course what we're missing is we're missing our lightning. But we do gotta talk about the game that Javonte did. 18 carries, 97 yards, averaging 5.4 on the ground, a tutty, 30 long, dog.
Yeah.
Like
Javonte,
bro.
He showed just a little bit more burst. He had some cuts as well, and I just
he showed burst cuts. He showed a vision.
Yes,
that's what's really be impressing me, because it'll seem like, oh, that's dead to rights, that's blocked up. He'll bounce it outside 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, like, bruh.
Yep. Even when he extended, I think he to make a first down, if it was a second or third down, he was able to extend and make that extra hop to convert that down.
When he did the leap, I was like, oh, that's, I'm saying, God dang, like the hurdle. So you got Javonte Williams. He had 18 carries for 97 yards, right? But then when you look at the passing game, six receptions for 33.
Wow.
So
33. I didn't even see 33. I thought maybe like 10 to 15.
No, so he was Dak was checking it down, and he was getting those first downs for especially late.
Yeah.
And so how many? Let me see how many. I'm dumb. I can't do math. But how many total yards from scrimmage he had? So that's 130 yards from scrimmage. That's more than everybody else on the offense. Right. So we gotta we have to put respect.
Yeah, I'm putting some respect on Javonte Williams' name.
Yeah, we gotta put some respect on Javonte Williams' name. Yeah. Like what we need. Go ahead, sis.
No, I was gonna say I completely agree with you about us missing our lightning. Shout out to Sanders getting a touchdown, but I just don't see him as a.
No, he's not. No. We need our lightning. Yeah. And honestly, maybe we should just change it to trade for RB. I don't really care who's on the field first. I just feel like we need a lightning back.
Yes, absolutely.
We need a lightning back. But as far as get rid of Javonte, I'm not with that. I'm not getting rid of him or replace him. I just think we need a tandem. We need our Gibbs. We got our, and he's even better to me than Montgomery. So we got somebody better than Montgomery, because we didn't think Javonte had that speed no more to hit to capture the edge like he is, but he's capturing the edges.
And we talked about that, not to talk about attacking, about how to attack their defense, attacking the edges. I mean, I know they were getting some push on our tackles, but we're talking about attacking the edges and getting to the outside. I think, like you said, with some of the checkdowns, even some of the tight end plays, I'm not loving that the check down to the tight end.
Yeah, the tight ends are not. Even though Angie says she's sick of Ferg's off that. Yeah, it's like Ferg, if he's open, he can catch it, but if it's anything contested,
right.
He's not coming down with it anymore, and that's very disappointing. So I'm with you, Angie, and I mean, he didn't have a bad game today. I mean, 9 receptions, 78 yards. 8.7 average, 19 long. So it's like, it's not that it's bad. It's just that enforcer that we saw in 2023, like that guy's kind of gone. He's gone. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if it was a concussion. Y'all remember last year he said he was struggling from that concussion. He was waking up in the middle of the night crying and stuff. So I don't know what that concussion, maybe that concussion has messed Ferg's head up to where he's just scared to take hits now. But he can't, it's not great from him. Even though box score says like he did pretty good, it's still, I mean, he's not even like breaking tackles like he used to, sis. He used to have that wiggle, and
I completely agree with you.
He just feel like doesn't have that anymore, and I don't know what's going on with him, man. I don't know what else they can do to help him, because they was targeting him. I mean, 12 targets. He had more targets than Pickens. But of course, CeeDee Lamb, look, we gonna clap for CD today. We're gonna give CD his claps.
Yeah.
Because he showed up today.
Yeah.
We went to him in clutch time. When we were down in the third, we were down in the fourth, and we were going to him back to back to back, and he caught every single one of those balls.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, sis.
No, I'm saying I'm definitely completely agree with you. I feel like CD stepped up this week. There were some times where I was kind of still questioning about his, his behavioral thing, like when he was kind of celebrating on the, got them sportsmanlike. But I like how he kind of reeled it in. He didn't let it get too. And same thing with Pickens too. I feel like they kind of kept their composure through this game. I feel like the Giants were kind of get to them.
Right. Pickens stayed locked in.
Like a division game, they were trying to get on their bad side, trying to make them angry, trying to make them mad. You saw the defensive line. Some of the tackle that was made on CD, some of the tackle that was made on Dak when he was driving it, like he was trying to drive his shoulder into the ground. It's like you could tell
they were tackling nasty. They were tackling nasty.
Exactly.
The way they were tackling and hitting Dak after the play, they were definitely trying to injure Dak. They were trying to injure CD. Even Phillips, like he literally, the first tackle that they got when they got all them penalties, he literally picked CD up and like suplexed him on his shoulder. Like they were trying to injure us, but they shout out to Lou. Lou said they were gonna come in here desperate.
Yeah,
like because they ball in showing they're on thin ice, and so we knew they were gonna come out. They were gonna throw everything. Like they threw their little secret package with. But I told y'all to expect that. I told y'all to expect with Jackson Dart. I knew they was gonna try to add him in for some pizzazz and some confusion and whatever. But when we look at it, George Pickens targeted him 9 times, so we like to see that. That's way better than last week, right? Because last week I think we only targeted him like 4 times. So 9 targets, and I think it was really 10 because I don't know if they count those because he had 2 pass interference penalties.
Exactly.
So it might have really been like 12 targets, 5 receptions, 68. But what I love, sis, is just how his ability to just get open in those clutch downs. I mean, it was wide open. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we said we needed, when y'all saw the battles that we was in, we was fighting for our life.
Yeah.
In the offseason, we get wide receiver 2 because we're like, we need that. We need somebody to take the pressure off of CD. And I feel like that's exactly what we got. That's exactly what we got today.
Yeah.
So
and even some of the close contested catches, he was catching those balls too as well. You know what I'm saying?
He was catching contested faxes. Like you're right.
Yeah, I just love his effort, his continued effort. Like, I mean, we mentioned it last week on our show, but I think he brought it up yourself. You're saying he's not worried about targeting, he's not worried about getting, yards and things like that. But I think it shows that when he does get those targets, when he does get those yards, it kind of brings a different confidence to him and also the offense. You saw everybody kind of step up. And even, the guy under him, Turpin, we know he kind of went out the game.
Turpin did great. Turpin did great today. We need to see what his injury status is because he went 4 for 4 today, average of 11.8 yards. So Turpin is definitely. We can clearly see, like in their eyes, Turpin is wide receiver 3.
Yes. Facts.
And Tolbert, they sprinkle him in when they know we need somebody to block or. Whatever. I mean, he had to play more, but I mean, when y'all look at Tolbert's targets for y'all, just be like, Tolbert this, Tolbert that, bro. He only had 4 targets, and he probably wouldn't even, if Turpin stayed in the game, he wouldn't even have had that.
Right.
So
it's honestly, I don't know if that's something to do with his confidence, because even when he's being targeted or even in the game, sometimes his effort just seems a little. We're talking about George Pickens' effort. Tolbert's effort, at least in my eyes, is kind of gone down. I think it's obvious. It's interesting to me also that I know there's a lot of talk about Pickens and Shotty will bring up Hunter Luepke out of nowhere, but he used to bring up Tolbert a lot, and I don't see Shotty bringing up Tolbert as much anymore as he did.
He
took notes, and he has that relationship with Dak, and he's always with Dak, and this, that, and the third.
That's what people keep saying, like, oh, that's Dak's guy. I'm like, where have y'all heard that? Just because when Dak does the throwing sessions in the off season and he comes, that makes him Dak's guy. Like, there's nothing to be shown that that's Dak's guy. And clearly Dak is going to Turpin, going to Pickens, going to CD, going to Furry. Like, he's going to all those guys over him. So it's like, Tolbert is like 4th or 5th in the progression. So I believe. Then they signed Flournoy to the final 53-man roster. So, and then guys, y'all got to remember, Mingo's gonna come back at some point.
Yes.
And once Mingo comes back, like you may never see Tolbert on the field.
Right.
At that point, like he's really only on the field because Mingo is hurt.
I definitely agree. I just don't really see much of an opportunity for him once Mingo. I mean, because I think there was pictures of Mingo this week. You know, I think walking side by side with CD. So I mean, he's getting ramped up. He's getting ready to return back to practice. So it's like, you know, you haven't had much opportunity. You know, Tolbert on the field. I do like that they're trying to utilize him in the return game. I do see some things.
Yeah,
there.
He didn't do bad there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it's not Turpin. You know what I'm saying? Definitely save Turpin for some of them, you know, for the offensive plays. But, and I thought even for a time that could be Tolbert's niche, that he could bring that, you know. Yeah, shout out to me, just me. Yeah, we brought that up, earlier about Clowney signing with the Cowboys. Just some more depth on the edges. I mean, I definitely think we need that. I mean, we definitely saw from today's game, Houston was bring some pressure, but I mean, now, it actually reminded me just now, you know, I was looking at Fowler. It showed Fowler for a quick second at the end of the game. You know, we were kind of getting into it, and he was looking kind of down, and I'm like, you know, I really didn't see a lot from Fowler today. So
Fowler, he has been a non, and we signed Clowney. Well, according to Jerry, he said we signing him. So I get it's not official yet, but
okay.
You got to put pen to paper. But Jerry said we're gonna sign him. But I think that with Fowler, I'm not sure what's going on with him, but he's not helping us at all. And I was super high on him. You know, I said we should bring him back. Yeah. But man, I mean, he's not really doing much. I mean, Houston is basically overtaking him, and I mean, now they're bringing in Clowney. It's basically like that's gonna push. I mean, Fowler really should be special package guy at this point, and that's unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with him. I thought he would just be more dominant, but.
Me too.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on with him, but I just feel like he's not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
But if we look at,
and before we get to the defense, I know earlier we were talking about Ferg. I'm looking for Rivaldo Fairweather. You know, I love my guy span forward, but I don't really. I mean, I see him out there on the blocking and things like that. But as far as the pass catching opportunities, I thought with the camp that he had, I know maybe they're still trying to bring him back slowly, but I just don't see a lot of the opportunities I thought I would see. You know, because I thought he would be able to take that tight end 2 spot, and even with them trying to work Schoonmaker in there, you know, he's dropping some passes.
Sam Williams, Yeah, I'm sorry, but you was talking about the tight end. Sorry, I got distracted because I'm dang, our edges are not doing. They're not doing too much of nothing. Yeah, they're getting some pressures. I checked the list. Looked like Donovan Ezaraku got like 2 QB hits.
He's almost like testing this. It seems like.
Apparently, he got 2 QB hits. I did not see that. It must have been some silent QB hits because I didn't even see that. But when you look at it, bruh, it's not. I mean,
he's quiet. He's very quiet.
He's quiet. Yeah. Dante Fowler had 8 tackle, very quiet. Sam Williams, very quiet, a tackle. Neither one of them had a QB hit, bro. Like,
that's terrible.
Oh, wait, hold on. No. Okay, Fowler had a QB hit. All right.
Yeah.
And Sam Williams got some pressures, but I mean, like, these guys aren't finishing. And newsflash, that's why we're signing Jadeveon Clowney, because they need help in that room. They need leadership. Yeah. They are lacking leadership in that room right now, and they need that D-Law character. They need that somebody to come and show them techniques and help them refine their game, because right now they don't got it. And you know, Dante Fowler, you're the vet in that room. You're like 10-year vet,
right?
And you're not dominating. James Houston is dominating over you. So I'm glad that they're signing him. But somebody said, you know, signing Clowney not going to solve all of our problems. And I'm like, yeah, because we have safety problems. Yeah. And but this is what I was scared of. When you make somebody the captain and you bench them.
What does that look like?
Right. So now it's like, are we going to remove the captain patch from him? Like, this is what I was afraid of. Like, that's why it made no sense.
It's right, because it made no sense. Were those 6 captains the captains for the year? Or were those just like? Cause I know he said he was doing both.
No,
weekly
those are captains for the year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's captain for the year. So I'm not really sure.
I mean, we saw this last year with McCarthy. I mean, I know it was under a different regime, but we saw him being named captain after having a bad week. So it's hopefully they can give him more encouragement. But how much encouragement can you give a veteran? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like how much encouragement can you give him? And the guy continues to be a complete liability. But even it's not just him; it's Malik Hooker as well. Like they can't cover, and they're always looking in the backfield when they're supposed to be playing two high shell or they're supposed to be playing quarters. They're looking in the backfield. The corners are thinking that they have help inside, and the safeties are nowhere to be found. And they're not fast enough. They are not fast enough to be behind. So I just don't know at what point are y'all going to do anything to fix this? Because teams, what they put today on film, let's give the Giants some credit. They made Russell Wilson look like he turned back the clock today.
Man, literally.
Last week, y'all, versus the Commanders, Russell Wilson's QBR was 23.2. Today, he absolutely torched us. 30 of 41, 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 123 passer rating. Wow. Malik Neighbors, sis, 9 receptions for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And was still mad at the end of the game. He was still mad at the end of the game that he left some plays out there on the field. He
cooked us. And Wandale cooked us.
Yes. And actually,
8 receptions for 142, bro. Like our secondary, it's just they didn't even bother. Sorry, I'm gonna finish this. Then I'm gonna let you go. But they didn't even bother running the ball. Like
exactly, they weren't even.
They barely ran the ball.
This week, Tyrone Tracy was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be a vital part of the running game to do this, that, and the third. I'm gonna make sure I do this. I'll make sure I do that." And really, he wasn't. Not saying he wasn't a big factor, but I mean, you saw 5 for 15 yards. There was really no run game, so it's just like. Yeah, they ate us up. We talked about it on our last show that they were going to throw the ball up. But yeah, Robinson, we talked about Rondell Robinson being slipping those big plays.
We got cooked.
You know what I'm saying? Malik Neighbors,
we got cooked.
He could have had the game-sealing play at the end of the game.
He could have. He could have. Like, I mean, to me, honestly, like, the Giants' offense did all they could. That defense, though, sis, I will say this. Shout out to True. Me Just Me said, can't wait to hear y'all film breakdown. Weird game for sure, but Dak didn't give in to the other team during the clutch time. Yep. Like Russ did. Yep. That was such a weird pass too for Russ. Like, what was he doing? And said, pay the golden legs now. Absolutely. Jerry should empty the Brinks truck for Brandon Aubrey tomorrow. I would love to wake up and see Brandon Aubrey has been extended because we need to sign him tomorrow immediately. And it said facts. And it said we need an OT and a field goal to win today. We got problems on defense. Oh yeah, that's what we talking about. We got problems. We made Russell Wilson look like Super Bowl winning Russell Wilson. And the announcers like Greg Olsen, they said Russell Wilson has not looked like this in years.
Exactly, bro. It was
years.
They're moving that ball down from the beginning of the game, like from their ongoing drive. They're moving the ball, even with the mental penalties they had, the wrong mistakes they were happening.
And we gotta talk about it, sis. If they were having all them penalties the first drive, they probably win this game. To be honest.
Right.
Because remember they left tackle or whoever it was, they left tackle, right tackle. He had 5 penalties in a row. Man. They should have had a touchdown. Because they moved down the field. That first drive on us with ease. It wasn't hard at all.
That drive for them should have been very easy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was connecting with his receivers early, and it just showed like like you said, for some reason it seemed like Russell was back in his groove. I mean, last week the Giants didn't have a touchdown.
He looked vintage, right? He didn't have a touchdown. Like Russell, vintage Russell. I mean, perfect deep balls. He wasn't really missing. But then when you look at sis, I want to say this too. I know we put up 40 points on their head. So it probably is discouraging, but the Giants defense is serious, especially that front seven.
remember we talked about Thibodeau and Steele.
They were on Dak's ass all night.
Yes, man. The tackles. Steele and Guyton, they had a rough game this week. At least in my opinion, I feel like Steele was in the backfield a lot. He was getting pushed into Dak's lap. And Thibodeau was getting back there. Burns was getting back there. We saw Burns get a sack. I'm not sure. Did it say how many sacks Burns had? I'm trying to see.
Hold on, let me look at him. Burn had 2 tackles for loss and a sack. And then some random guy, Elijah Garcia, had a sack. Drew Phillips.
I was like, who even is that?
Kevon Thibodeau had a sack. Brian Burns had a sack. Elijah Garcia had a sack. That's it. So they got 3 sacks on Dak. But when you talk about QB hits, Brian Burns had 1. Elijah Garcia had 1. Abdul Carter had 1. Darius Alexander had 1. So we only, and Okereke, their linebacker.
He'd be more of a factor, to be honest with you. I know he did have 10 tackles. You know what I'm saying? But I'm surprised.
Okereke, he was making some key tackles in the run game, but he's not really like a pass coverage guy. So didn't expect too much. And so Dak was sacked how many times? 2, right? No, he was sacked 3 times for 18 yards. So, but I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I can with Steele. Willie T, our defense sucks. Yeah, it's really the secondary. It's the secondary. It's not the whole defense. I feel like our front 7 is actually pretty good if we knock Sanborn off and put Maris on there. But if you look at the secondary, they struggled today. Willie T, I agree with that. That's right. BB got hurt and he got an ankle injury. So that's unfortunate. I'm not panicking too much because I know Brock Hoffman can fill in. But of course, you're going to be missing that power without BB because Brock Hoffman is not as powerful as BB. Otherwise, he'd likely be starting. But with Steele, I mean, when I think of the tackles today, I can't really fault them too much because, I mean, the defensive assignment was astronomical.
Yeah.
Like, you're going against Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kevon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Ray Robertson, he was trying to get in there too. You know what I'm saying? He got in there.
And Robertson, he got a sack or a hit. Like, so when you think about the assignment and they only gave up 3 sacks, you say, thank God, and you keep moving because the defensive assignment was just, I mean, the Giants front 4 or front 7 is just loaded. Like, that defensive line is just loaded with like top of the line first round picks. So if I was not expecting this to be a game where with no pressure, no hits, no sacks, because I already knew, like, bruh, they're gonna have some overload packages where they gonna get to Dak a few times. You know, you just don't want to do it to where, you know, it gets out of hand. But you know, I know some, you know, but everybody has their right. Like you said, we would prefer for them to give up no sacks at all or give up no pressures. But we do have to think like, hey guys, those other guys get paid too.
Yeah.
And they're also the best in the league going against Steele. Even though we love Steele, he's probably a top 10 right tackle, but he's not the best in the league. And Guyton is up and coming. You know what I'm saying? We have high hopes for him, but he's not the best in the league. So when you got these guys going against the best in the league, like,
that's true.
Even BB, we got to give BB, our interior, we got to give them a lot of credit because at least they kept Dexter off of Dak. You know, it was the edges that was eating, but Dexter was not killing Dak. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think our O-line stepped up. Like you said, there's as many guys that are up front. I like the game that they did have, and I think they showed some leadership. Like I said, I saw Booker get, Booker in there, kind of getting not tossed, but kind of getting knocked a little bit. But he was kind of some of those plays he held firm, and even one of those plays, BB, I think right towards the end of the game, BB kind of stepped up and kept that clear. And I'm like, these boys, even though they, like you said, it's a tough line, and really 2 weeks in a row, you know what I'm saying? 2 very strong defensive line, 2 weeks in a row, these guys, these young guys really stepped up. So I like that they were able to keep that clean for the most part and really able to hang in with these guys because it's definitely not easy.
Right, sis. Like, this was a game, guys, that I feel like we need to fix our defense. Don't get me wrong. Like, the secondary is an issue. We're obviously getting pass rush help because that'll help. But what we hang our hat on is that we usually don't pull games out like this. It's usually us 37, them 40. And the way that the Giants were playing, like, they really should have won this game.
Yeah.
But
450 yards, how do you
how do you
lose? But really,
how do you lose? Like, they really should have won this game. When you look at what our receivers did compared to their wide receivers, like, if anybody just said, don't look at the final score, just look at the stats and see who won, you would say, oh, they won. You would say the Giants won. So the fact that we pulled out this game, we need to be happy about that because we showed fight. That's what this game, and when we were exhausted, you could see both sides. Like, they were showing videos of the Giants defense. I mean, they could hardly breathe. Like, everybody was Brian Burns was like,
he was like, oh my gosh, because he was on fire, but I bet his lungs too, because he was like, right. Man,
but bro, we were fighting. Like, this was like, I know some of y'all probably watched the Canelo versus Crawford fight yesterday. And this was just it was a full 12 rounds where we had to keep fighting. It would have been easy. We had to get the ball back 3 times in overtime. It could have been easy to give up after the first. We should have been like, the sideline could have easily been like, oh, we about to lose. We ain't coming in and scoring overtime. Oh, yep, this done. But we kept fighting. And shout out to my guy 4, because 4, y'all say he's this and he's that, but he scrambled for the game sealing stop so that we could keep the field goal.
That reminded me of Herbert's slide from last week. Herbert was like, Dak was like, I'm like, okay, you better tell him. You better throw him. Like,
and mind you, that was almost a sack. Hopefully y'all know that. Like, they pretty much almost sacked Dak, and Dak got out of it and just ran for his life.
Second big scramble 2 weeks in a row. I mean, he had one against Philly, and now you have one against another division rival. I'm loving Dak's energy. I mean, we talked about
loving Dak's energy. They saying Dak is different. Everybody is saying it. The announcers, players, coaches, they're like, something is just different about him. Like, I don't know what it is, but it seems like he's got a different energy. And they said they gave Dak the game ball today.
Oh, and nice.
They gave Dak the game ball. And they said, Shotty said he can't repeat what Dak said because if he repeats it, he's going to start crying and he don't feel like crying. So, really? I feel like, I don't know. Like, this is a game where you could have easily lost and you won this game. And I feel like this does mean something because it shows continue to fight. Yes, the defense, we've got to get it fixed. Yeah. And this is on Eberflus. We're looking at you, Eberflus. We're looking at you.
Yeah.
So, like, you got, if you need to get Gilly in here, if you need to go against Asante Samuel, do what you got to do. Because even if you bring Bland back, he's going to be coming back from injury. So you can't expect for him, even when he does play, he's at 100%. No, he'll probably be at like 85. Maybe 90, but he's not going to be 100% when he comes back. And we got a big, and I'm not fear mongering or anything like that, but now granted, Caleb Williams is not great, but we said that same shit about Russell Wilson, and look what he did to us today. So the Bears, who we have to play next week, they are loaded at wide receiver. Yeah, loaded. Like, completely
not looking too far
loaded. Like we not trying to look too far ahead, guys, but they are absolutely loaded. They got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, I forgot what's the guy name that we wanted, Luther Burden,
Zacchaeus. I think they got Zacchaeus from Washington,
right? And then
he's a sneaky. He can be sneaky out there.
Facts. And and then you got Ben Johnson calling the plays. You know what I'm saying? And we've never played Caleb Williams,
the running back.
They got Swift, and then we've never played, even though he's been having a down year, but still, you got Swift, and you got Ben Johnson calling the plays, and Caleb Williams is an athletic quarterback.
Yeah.
Who gives us problems? Athletic quarterback. So, Flus, that's not good, because when you look at the Commanders, only gave up 10 points. I think we gave up 37. Made Russell Wilson look like he turned back the clock.
Right.
we're not gonna hit the panic button yet, but we will set it out on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to figure it out. We need to figure it out fast. But I can stop
the
sharing
penalties too. You know what I'm saying? I just looking over the other screen where as far as the team stats, over 100 yards and penalties for both sides. But I mean, honestly,
this was a lot of penalties. I don't. When we look at it, these are the team stats.
We talked about the amount of yards that Russell could have had. You know what I'm saying? 160 yards and penalties.
Yeah, like, they had 160 yards and penalties, but we did do that much better, 106 yards. Now, that penalty with Pickens at the end, where they called the offensive pass interference, that was BS.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't agree with that at all, but yeah, I mean the penalties, they were being very ticky-tack today. Now some of them I felt like were legit, but again, you never want double-digit penalties, you know.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to do better there.
Do you feel like just a quick question? Do you feel like I know we passed the ball a lot, but I know we talked about the defensive line being their strength. Did you like the play calling from Shoddy? A lot of the passes? I feel like there were times in the game we didn't need to pass like every time that we did pass. You feel what I mean?
I agree. I think I didn't have a problem. I think in the second half, there were times where you got a little bit too pass happy, but he also kept the run game in there to where we did use the run game to also get big games or to convert. Okay. So that's why I said it was unbalanced, but I feel like it was kind of the flow of the game that pushed it to be unbalanced rather than Shoddy just being like pass, because I did see him come back to the run game. Yeah, like he was passing, but then he would come back to the run game, and he kept trying. And we were trying to stay balanced, like on some of those runs when we got into the red zone. But we did run on first down, and then Javonte Williams gets stuffed.
Right.
So it's like now it's 2nd and 11. Now it's 2nd and 13. There were so many times. I mean, we have to give. That's why I was saying we got to give the Giants defense, because Shoddy was trying to do easy stuff. He was trying to say, okay, let's do a screen here, but they were blowing that shit up. So if they're gonna keep blowing up your easy plays and pushing you back to 2nd and longs and 3rd and longs, you don't got no choice but to pass the ball. So that's why I feel like it kind of. But I do agree with you. I feel like the drive before the last drive in the first half, I think he didn't need to be as pass happy as he was.
Okay.
Now the last drive of the first half, yes, because you was running. I mean, clearly we ran out of time. You didn't even have time on the clock. When we first came in, that first drive back to pass happy, that's why Dak threw that pick. There was no reason to just be pass. But then I feel like after that, then he started to go back into a game flow. So I do like. So there was times where the play calling got rocky, I would say. But I think overall, a lot of plays should have hit. Like some of them plays, like Pickens, get your hands up. You know, different stuff like that. So I like Shoddy because I like Shoddy's play calling because it does seem like he really values the run, even though it's unbalanced as F today. Like it was like 20 rushes or like 52 passes. Like, but it does seem like he will make himself go back to the run, even if it's not working. He's like, keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I will say I appreciate that, but of course, I think there was times we were just trying to push the tempo. We were trying to stress out the defense.
Yeah.
And at times it was like running the ball was kind of just like playing into their hands, kind of. But
yeah. Okay.
But ultimately, I mean, what did you felt like? You said you felt like it was like an up and down type of thing, or you feel like he didn't call the best plays?
No, because I kind of feel like mid game. I feel like it was just a little pass happy. At least for me, like I'll say in overtime when we got towards the end, where it seemed like I think either just before the 2-minute or just before 4 minutes before the Giants got the ball back for their second possession in overtime, it seemed like we were kind of passing. I think we were like in 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. And I feel like, or even like the 4th and 5 before we did decide to punt. I feel like Javonte Williams could have got, I know, it's a stout front, stout front 4, front 7, but I feel like there were times where, we probably could have, handed the ball off to Williams. He could have got, some of those yards, some of those tough yards, you know what I mean? Because he was doing it all game. But it's just some instances like that. Like sometimes I wish could have ran a little bit more. But I definitely agree with you. I feel like when they started working Miles Sanders.
Nisi, glad to see you. Glad to see you, Nisi. I don't want you to think that we're ignoring you. But keep going, sis.
So yeah, shout out to Nisi. Now I just feel like like you said, they got back to the run game and they started to work in Sanders a little bit more too. I didn't feel like his effectiveness was the greatest, but I do feel like they were trying to, of course, give Javonte Williams a little bit of a break. But I think I tweeted, I want to see some Lipke. You know what I'm saying? We're into the second week of the offense, and for us to have yet to see Lipke in any
We've
kind
yet to see him do anything. He has not caught a ball. He has not run a ball. It's like, did we really pay him that much money to be a blocker? You could have. You could have.
It's making me sick.
Yeah, you could have got anybody, to do that. No offense, but it's like you gave him a bag of cash for what? And granted, it's not like crazy cash, but it's like it's still like $16 million or something. Like we didn't need to give him that. Yeah. That money could have gone somewhere else towards something else if he's literally just going to be a blocker. Right. Because that's what it seemed like. He's just a blocker. Like he has not been involved in the passing game or the running game at all.
And I'm not even saying that he could be the answer. I'm just saying that if we're going to pay a guy.
Right. Yeah. Like, let's see what he's got.
And he could
have Shotty, you ranted and raved about him all off season, all camp. And then he's not involved at all. It does feel kind of weird, not going to lie.
Yeah. Man.
I feel like I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. But, is there anything? I was gonna say when it comes to Shotty play calling, I did not like the opening script. I'll say that for sure. Because I felt like that pass where it was like second down and it's like, why did you do a RPO to Ferg there? Yeah. Like that was weird. Like you could have just ran the ball or I don't know, anything else but an RPO to Ferg where he was double coverage. Now granted he still should have caught that. That gave him a high ball to go up and get it. I mean, he didn't come down for it, but it's like, it felt like, and it took us too long to get, so I'm agree with you, sis, like, it did take us too long to get CD and Pickens involved.
Yeah.
It was like the first couple drives, it was like the Ferguson show, and it's like,
it was kind of shaky.
Why? Like, why is it the Jay Ferguson show? Because he has not done anything to deserve being featured, in my opinion.
And I feel like it's the second week in a row that they kind of use, and this was I was talking about earlier about using Turpin. I feel like Turpin is kind of a way that they're able to kind of bring the offense back on balance. They kind of use him in some motions. They kind of use him to convert some short downs. And I feel like he's just a spark. I just love the spark that he brings to the offense. And I just feel like, it does suck that he went out the game, but I definitely agree with you on that first drive, even the late snap, the questionable late snap, whether it was, delayed game or whether it was not. I feel like he got the ball off, but I like the play call. But at that particular instant, if you're trying to get the guys off the ball and get the guys, get them going, trying to get a spark with the offense just to create something, I'm just not sure if you're, at that particular moment trying to fool the opponent, with a late snap. I just feel like at that point in the game, you need to get the guys going into a rhythm instead of trying to fool the offense. Get your guys into playing their game. You know what I'm saying? I think that kind of just threw some things off, and at least with the first couple initial drives, I just feel like we didn't really get a real spark with the offense until we kind of threw that bomb to CD to kind of get things going.
I agree with that. Let me see. Okay, but anyway, and I could stop sharing. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Sis, do you have any final words before we get off of here?
What I will say, I know we kind of touched on it, just a little bit, and then we got the Bears coming up. I didn't get a chance to watch their game earlier today, but just watching just a little bit of thing I saw from last week. I saw they kind of had like a strong start against Minnesota. Of course, I think they ended up losing that game, but I hope that I want to see a stronger start from this offense. I didn't like that we kind of start up slow, especially against number one, someone coming into the Cowboys' home. This will be the first home game you're kind of able to relax you in your own environment, and they be kind of caught off guard with some of these plays. I just hope it doesn't kind of throw, especially with going on a road game for the next couple, or at least for next week. I just hope it doesn't throw these guys too much off of their game, and I hope that they're able to, get back to what they know, get back to their strengths, and still capitalize off of that. But also to take a look at some of these, these blatant weaknesses, that's just kind of showing in the pass game as far as our defense. And I was definitely high on Kyer Elam coming into the season. I don't know if it was all him, this game as far as the mistakes being made, but he definitely had some plays made on him. So that's just a little, it makes me a little bit nervous, especially with Bland, supposed to be missing a little bit of time. Diggs still trying to come into his own, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I want to see a stronger start next week, and I want to see the defense be able to make some stops. I don't want to see these teams going up and down the field with ease anymore, because going into week 3, week 4, that's scary. I want that to be knocked out in the first couple of weeks of the season, so that way going forward it's not, not so much of an issue. So I'm glad to see the offense that we saw today, but I do want to see the defense step up and stop these points being scored.
Offense, yeah. Offense, clearly we have a high-powered offense, but we knew that. We knew if Dak's healthy, we're gonna be a high-powered offense, but defense.
Yeah.
And it's like the defense was doing good, and then they start doing bad again, and then you do good, and it's like y'all just too up and down. We're not finding a synergy, and now I am nervous because of the film that we put out. Like we didn't. This last week, Hurt sucks, but he can't throw the ball, so he didn't really test Diggs or Bland at all. But now teams have seen, don't even bother running the ball on Dallas. Just pass it all day. They can't cover. Right. Like when your best corner, Diggs, is getting targeted, and then they targeting your safeties, and then they targeting. Then I see Elam also gives up deep balls, so they targeting him. That's not good.
Yeah,
we're not in a great situation, so we've got to get that figured out. Now, pass rush will help, but it's not going to solve all your problems. Like you've got to be able to cover, like point blank period in the NFL. You got to be able to cover. You got to be able to break up passes. You got to be able to. This is another week in a row, sis. We said we wanted to see turnovers yet. Oh, well, we did get one, but I guess we had to count it. We had to count it because it is a turnover, but it just that wasn't a forced. It helped for sure. It wasn't a forced turnover. It was more like a gimme. But I mean, a turnover is a turnover.
We need more of those. Sis. We definitely need more forced turnovers. Fact.
Absolutely, we need more of it. But what up, HW? Glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for tapping in with us for the after game recap. We said we'd be trying to do this after every game, if we can, or do it after as many games as possible. May not always be every game, but as many games as possible. If you could take the overlay off so that they can see, please donate and help us. Donate to our cash apps. We would be so grateful if y'all do that. It helps us, get better equipment and upgrade our programming and stuff like that, so that we can have an overall better experience for you guys. Also, please like the video. If you guys are watching, please like the stream. If you're watching on playback, please like it as well. Please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. It's right there on the banner at the bottom. And also, please like, share, comment. Please comment below. Thank everybody for being in the live chat. But if you're watching on the playback, please comment below your thoughts on the game. What do y'all think? What do y'all think our missing piece to the defense is? You know what I'm saying? Like what should we bring in? Really want to hear you guys' thoughts. And just like I said, be sure to hit that like button. But thank y'all so much for joining us, and hopefully see y'all next week, Wednesday.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Thank you for your time, sis. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, sis. All right.